Imagine yourself as a giant covered in thick fur, living in a world of snow and ice where temperatures sometimes plunge below -50 degrees Celsius. This was the world of the woolly mammoth, roaming the earth hundreds of thousands of years ago, reigning over the frozen plains. The mammoth was massive, over 4 meters tall and weighing up to 6 tons, looking like a walking wall among animals. But despite its enormous size, life wasn't easy or comfortable. The biting cold forced it to rely on its thick fur to stay warm, but finding food was an even bigger challenge. The forests and meadows it lived in were covered in ice most of the year, making the grass and shrubs it fed on hard to reach. Sometimes it had to struggle through thick ice crusts just to get a bite. Hunger was a constant companion, and it had to travel long distances searching for the scarce patches of food. And despite its giant size, the mammoth wasn't safe from dangers. It faced fierce predators like cave lions and saber-toothed tigers, skilled hunters that constantly threatened it. But perhaps the biggest threat of all was early humans, who grew increasingly skilled at hunting mammoths using primitive tools and weapons. Over thousands of years, as the climate changed and glaciers melted, the mammoth's habitat shrank and food sources dwindled. With less space to live and more hunting pressure, their numbers declined rapidly. Even mammoths that sought refuge on isolated islands like Wrangel Island couldn't survive. The last of them vanished about 4,000 years ago. The story of the woolly mammoth is the story of a giant whose size and strength alone couldn't protect it from the harshness of nature and the struggle for survival. It reminds us that power and size aren't enough by themselves, that adapting to changing conditions is the real key to survival. And perhaps in these lessons from the past, we find inspiration to protect wildlife today and care for the planet we call home.